and I stumbled upon a conversation with Dr. Dre and Complex, and he mentioned that he hasn't been inspired by a rap album in a decade now. He said the last album that truly inspired him was Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. So I wanted to ask y'all two questions. One, what do you think about what he had to say about the last, I guess, impactful album being Good Kid,
wasn't
Mad City?
inspired by that album neither. That's cap.
This is the best man that's going to answer. He worked with Dre. Let him go hammer.
Dre wasn't inspired by the album, but he has to say that. That's political. Kendrick Lamar is quote-unquote pseudo-signed to him. TDE, California, he can't say he wasn't inspired by nothing because then they would say you wasn't inspired by Kendrick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That Kendrick album, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? But Dr. Dre is on a whole other level to be inspired. Like, coming from the time that we came from with music, and Dre was in it before me. And it's just not the same. The quality is not the same. It doesn't have to be. The technology is different. The ways to put your music out is different. It's easier to put out, but it's harder to blow up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Dre would be inspired by none of this stuff that's really going out right now. You know what I'm saying? The rap isn't, it's no slight to anybody, but it's just not as good. Like, we just talked to Skilla Baby, and Skilla Baby was like, he started writing his rhymes down. All y'all need to write your rhymes down. Y'all not good. You need to write your rhymes, look at them, work on them, and then go to the studio. Stop thinking you can come off the top of the dome like you're Jay-Z or you're Lil Wayne. You're not that good. Work on your craft.
What about you, Hynaken?
I echoes ESSO's sentiments. You know, it's really, music has become disposable now. It's easy to upload it fast. You know, they can just record somewhere. People don't even want to pay for quality studio. They just think they get a dope mic and they smoking weed with their boys and it's going to be the best record of all time. Now, we've had anomalies like Bobby Shmurda and individuals who put out a record and it skyrocketed. And because of that, and people hear these stories, they're like, that can be me too. But if you can get if you notice, an artist has one single and they're done. ESSO will tell you, you needed to have 3 to 4 bangers before they can even feel comfortable in releasing you. But now the labels and these production companies can make so much money off a regional single, they don't care. It's a factory. We're gonna make our money, kick you to the curb, get our write-off, get another one.
Yeah. So do y'all think there hasn't been any album that's been impactful just for a decade now? Like, I'm
Impactful album.
Can I pitch 444 by Jay-Z,
No.
Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle?
Definitely not.
Okay. Why?
Because those ain't it.
If
That's just
impactful,
what people are looking for, but that's...
when you say impactful album, it gotta be from 1 to 13. It gotta be no fast forward, like how Get Rich or Die Tryin'
That
was.
was the last impactful album.
Yeah.
Drake had some good albums. Drake had The Wave. You feel what I'm
Definitely.
saying? He had Lil Wayne coming off the heels of Lil Wayne's success. He had Nicki Minaj popping. He had good projects. But the last impactful album that changed the earth was Get Rich or Die Trying. There ain't been nothing since then. That's why 50 is still 50. If there was something since then, 50 would be in trouble because he hasn't put out another work of art. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't have to put out another work of art if his last work was the best. There ain't been nothing after that.
So when you say impact, you're talking like how much of a selling Get Rich or Die Trying
Biggie was impact. Biggie was a phenomenon.
Okay. So
Tupac,
you're not speaking just numbers.
Tupac was a phenomenon.
What about Doggy Style?
Eminem was a phenomenon. Snoop Dogg was a phenomenon. These are people that was just totally different when things came along. When 50 came along, we was thirsty for something. There was nothing else. We thought hip-hop music was going down. We had everything. Nas was Nas. Jay was Jay. Puffy was Puffy. Who else? Whoever was out. DMX was DMX. We was good with all of that stuff already. We needed something new. 50 captured the South. He captured the West. He had the East already. We haven't had nobody that's done that since then. That's just the reality. Like, people get mad and say, oh, I'm it. But Drake was it on a whole different plane. He sang, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a whole nother thing. We weren't thirsty for things. Like, we were looking for something new, but when 50 came, we were thirsty. We needed it.
Yeah.
We needed it. It was like a drug. Like, without him, what was that? What else was coming on after that? You know what I'm saying? We had Dipset. Dipset was fire. But 50 was just something that was needed, and he did an album that you played from the beginning to the end.
No fast forward.
No forwards. I'm good. Let the next record play. Who else had that?
And what 50 did is he made aggression universal. People enjoyed the aggression across all planes and all over the world. Think about it. The Lox aggression is more East Coast. People get hype. It might not resonate the same in the South, but everybody feels it in the South when it comes to 50. Midwest, like ESSO said, West Coast, Europe.